Last episode, a great preseason tournament saw us come away with all the prize money, and we kicked off our first League One game with a win. Hey, welcome back. Respect the Jeff here with episode 2 of season 2 of this West Ham career. We got Burton Albion up next, our second game in the league, and if you do remember, we had a win in our first, so things are looking good. And guys, as always, please subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying this series so far. Helps me out a lot and helps me continue to make these videos. So both of our scouts have come back. We got a couple players here from England. Dylan Rose looks all right. The other two will probably just let sit. Nothing really catching my eye there. But in big news, our scout from Chile is back, and we have some real talents here already. If you remember, we do have the limit. We can only sign 3 a season here, but we can put as many as we want in the academy. So actually 3 of these players are catching my eye here. Correa, that potential really worries me. It's only 58 to 64, but his overall isn't that much off the rest of our youth players, really. I mean, Archie Hall had a great season. Lance Alexander, too, in the mid-50s. So with dynamic potential, he could definitely grow into a role if he has some good performances to back him up. So looking at what we have in the academy right now, Charles Griffiths is just not going to cut it. So we're going to have to get him out of here. The rest of our new players, Correa is a 54, not bad at all. And like I said, with that kind of quality, he could maybe start some cup games. So I'll definitely keep him in mind. Cabrera, a playmaking center back. That's a rare breed. Although at 5'9", a bit unconventional. Maybe he'll grow a little bit. We can maybe use the mods to make it realistic. He's only 16 years of age, so definitely time for him to grow. Bruno Palacios, this guy looks to be a talent as well. 74 to 90 potential. So we'll keep an eye on them. None of them need to be starting right away. We do need to focus on the league, and we have a very good starting 11 for the time being. So Garmston has looked good, but it's a Lays back in the starting 11. I still think he's the better player for the time being, although we'll see how both of them develop. Aside from that, it's the usual starting 11, and let's get to the game. Alright, here we go against Burton Albion. Another chance for us to show that we have what it takes to cut it in this league. The ball into play, and we have possession to start. Can we start off on a strong foot here? Hugill and Alexander linking up already. Hopefully those two will be in form tonight, because we definitely need them if we want to be scoring goals. They seem to always be at the center of things up top. Haksabanovic in that center mid position, always getting forward and giving us a little bit of creativity going forward. He was our top assister last season. Let's see if he can make something happen out here. Already getting involved, but he gives it away. Whitaker closing down, can't quite stop his man, charging into the box. Cardoso there to clean up. Although the clearance finds the feet of Broadhead, who beats a Lays, puts a cross into the box, and it's in the back of the net. 1-0, Burton Albion go up front. That's a poor start from our team. I've got to say, sloppy in the back. Holland trying some step-overs there, gets mowed down. Cardoso, Noble, all the way forward now. Hugill and Silva linking up. Hugill has a shot from distance, not far off at all. That's a good chance from our striker, now in from the corner. It's Noble stepping over it, putting this one short. The header down, very calmly dealt with by Hugill, finds Lance Alexander, and we draw ourselves level. Beautiful play there, 1-1. And the composure from Hugill to find his head. Great stuff, the two of them. Noble over the top again. Always playing those kind of balls. Really well done. Haksabanovic in the box, cutting inside. Really well done. And the strike goes just wide of the post. That's a really good chance. Noble. Alexander. Oh, great feet. Sorts it out in the box. Tries a little too much maybe. And lets that ball get away from him. Over the top again. Sande Silva doing really good to get himself out wide. He finds the chest of Hugill. Getting in behind now, using his strength and his pace. Not a bad ball at all for Alexander. Goalkeeper makes a bit of a mess of that. Gets fouled in the process. Burton Albion pushing our direction now. The ball won back. It's up top with Hugill looking for Alexander in the box. It's just going to be short there. I think he was off anyways. But again, really good pressure from the team. We're starting to turn the tide a little bit here, although things are still level. Going end to end though, Broadhead running onto it. Maybe a chance for Burton Albion here before the halftime whistle. Cross coming in straight at Trot. And with that, the whistle blows. Second half here. Not much has happened so far. Cullen finding Alexander in the box, so takes a great touch inside. Not bad at all. Tests the keeper. Now it's away. Quinn. Whitaker closing down. Pass still finds its way through, though. Allays trying to get there. Trot, strong wrist to palm that over his head. And away to safety. Now Cullen charging down the wings. Always a lot of energy, this guy. And still Cullen, he might take it the whole way. Our center mid. Can he pick out a pass now? Good stuff to cut inside. Oh, picks the wrong pass out. Well, he showed a lot of energy to get up the field, but just not the quality to finish that move off. None of the runners ahead of him making quite the right run either. Still unable to break the deadlock here. 1-1 remains the scoreline, and Cullen sliding in there. That is a poor challenge. In behind our lines, Holland closing down. And a cross coming in, Cardoso away. And now Haksabanovic. It's been end-to-end stuff, and now it's our turn. We're going back in their direction. Zonde Silva tries the early pass through for Hugh Gill. Can't find his feet. 75th minute now. Lofted into our end. They're taking the Route 1 approach, apparently. Whitaker with a really, really powerful header there, though. Always locking things down defensively. Trying to get in behind again. Maybe doing so successfully. Shot from outside the box. 90th minute. Burton Albion really turning up the pressure here. And Allays trying to close down. That's a definite foul. Not called, though. The whistle blows. 92 minutes played. 1-1 is the end score here. We come away with a point. Not the best result. But I don't think our performance deserved more than a tie, unfortunately. All right, well, a break in league action here. We take Swindon Town on in the EFL Cup up next. We got a transfer offer in here for Alfie Lewis, or a loan offer, rather, for 1 year. We're going to go ahead and accept that. I don't see him in our plans right away anyways. And taking a look at our youth academy ahead of this cup game, I think we could promote a player or two just for a little bit of depth here, because we're loaning a handful of players out, and I'd like to rotate the squad as much as possible. So the two that stick out to me are Correa, just going to go ahead and promote him, and Bruno Palacios, both 54 overall. So not exactly the best players yet, but definitely serviceable. The rest are all in the 40s or really low 50s, so we can make that happen. All right, so we've already knocked out one of our goals for this season by a Chilean player. That's a 2-for-1 out of the academy, so we knocked that one out of the park. We still have one more academy player left to promote this season for our limit of 3. If you remember, last year's 3 were Bennett in the back line, Alexander up top, and Archie Hall. All 3 who have been really solid, so I think more to come from the academy here. So we're going to go ahead and give these 2 players immediate starts here. Correa on the left-hand side. He's technically a right mid, but he can play either. That's his secondary position. 3-star, 5'8". Looks to be pretty well-rounded. Nothing sticks out too much. In the meantime, Archie Hall makes his way back into the starting 11 for this match. He's fallen off a bit this season, but I think it's still a player with a lot of potential. Bruno Palacios, taking a look at his stats here, a lot to be desired technically, but he's got 5-star weak foot, some good pace on him, and he can be a center mid or center defensive mid. So I'm excited to see what he's capable of. Boateng is going to hold it down. It's defensive mid for now, though. And in the back line, Bennett gets a start, and Whitaker gets a rest. Coming off the reserves, that'll probably do it for us. Martin in goal, and let's get to the game. All right, straight into action here with a rotated lineup. It's Afolayan up top, Archie Hall getting involved already. Boateng picking the ball up, finding Hugh Gill over the top, looking for Dan Kemp, running onto it, and impressing as always with his work right here. Cutting inside, poor decision though. Bennett. Oh, really well done there from the center back. He is always impressing when he gets minutes. Over the top, looking for Isgrove. And he finds him. Good touch down to feet and a dangerous cross in. Martin palms that one over. Headed back into a dangerous area here. It's Kemp pressuring. Can't stop the flow of play here though. Back into our box. Allays. This time it's away. And we play out from the back. Kemp getting it forwards, Archie Hall. Can't quite pick out an option, but he plays the safe pass back to Boateng. And Dan Kemp, fantastic touch into space. He's outstanding again. Dangerous cross into the area. Over the top again, might just be offsides. Got away with that. Hall plays it up, Kemp linking up with Hugill. And the return pass, Kemp running onto it. On the wing, good footwork. Cutting inside, Archie Hall. Palacios plays the safe option all the way back. Can't quite find a way through. First time pass for Affalion though. The return pass for Hugill, who finishes. Outstanding team goal. Well, we played it back. We played it forwards. And that is just great stuff from everyone involved. And the main man finishing it off once again. Well, Alexander and Hugill both outstanding this season once again, but Hugill is on another level. Forwards now, Kemp again finding so much space out there on the wing. What can he do now? Cutting inside, trying to link up with Hall. Looking for the return pass, finds it. Kemp, first time ball in. Oh, skipped over it. Bennett closing down. Oh, that is so well done from Bennett. Plays forward Hugill, who's one-on-one with the keeper now. Surely he'll finish. No, but Affalion, oh my word. Off the post, I thought for sure that was a goal. That is a huge mistake by our striker. He had a wide open net and just couldn't hit the target. Again, Bennett closing the angles down, and Kemp with the interception. Really, really well done from our young winger. Again. Oh, and a beautiful pass through for Affalion. Just not quick enough to get to that. Oh, really well done from Kemp. He's been outstanding again. He might deserve some more minutes in big games these days. With the acrobatic clearance backwards. Trying to find their way through here early in the second half. Correa closing it down. And Garmston all the way back out wide with Reed. And a good job there by Palacios. Oh, good skill on the wing. Bennett closing down. Well done from Bennett. Absolute wall. No one can get past him, it seems like. He's such an imposing figure at 6'4". Kemp giving the ball away there. A little bit of inexperience there, maybe from the winger. In a bad position. Shot right at Martin, though. Does not trouble him. And we get away with that. Still maintaining our 1-0 lead. Hugill. Palacios. Hugill again. Oh, fantastic touch through the legs of the defender, I think, and he finishes. Jordan Hugill, who else? And it's a second goal for our spectacular striker. He just makes it look too easy. Great touch to start and a good finish. All right, well, it's Coventry and Johnson coming on. Two players who have not had many minutes so far this season. Might be looking to loan one or both of them out in this window. Boateng plays it in. Alexander, great touch. Oh, terrible shot, though. Swindon Town with a little bit of possession here at the end. Doesn't matter, though. 2-0. Easy as you like from our team. We just make it look so simple when we play this way. Hugill up top. I don't know where we'd be without him. Bennett and Kemp both looking good again, though. Two very promising youngsters for us. All right, well, it's back to league action now. Alfie Lewis has been loaned out. It's official, so he'll get some experience out there. He wasn't getting many minutes here, so I think that'll be good for him. So taking a look at our lineup for the next match, Alexander and Hugill up top once again. This is going to be how our team probably looks for most of this season. Holland and Silva on the wings. We still have one of the best midfields in this league between Colin Haksabanovic and Noble. The three of them all so talented. Garmston, Whitaker, and Cardoso. Garmston won't be a starter right away, I don't think. I think Alaise is probably our first choice center back alongside those other two. Whitaker locking things down in the middle. He is such a great center back. So smart on the ball, and he really ties those other two youngsters together, kind of keeps our back line tight. So Garmston coming off the bench. We've got David Martin off the bench if we need him for goalkeeper. Trott is going to lock that down for now. And also Boateng for those center mid positions. Archie Hall is still one for the future. Johnson is one if we move to a back four. He can also play on the wing if we need things better defensively, maybe towards the end of a match. And we also have Kemp and Affalion to give us some options going forwards. I am so happy with the way this team is shaped up, and I think we have a really deep bench now. We've also got players like Bennett, even Coventry, who's looked good on and off in the reserves, so any of these players can kind of come in and out of the team for cup games or when we need a bit of depth for injuries. And obviously both of our new Chilean players as well, Palacios and Correa, both ones for the future. So to be honest, I don't even think we need any more signings this window. The only position we could maybe use is one more striker. That would be more for the reserves, though. I mean, we have Alpha to come on. We just get into a little bit of trouble if we had injuries playing two up top with no backups available. So I might keep my eye on someone maybe to bring in on loan or someone a little more for the future we could bring out of the academy. But yeah, I think we're in really good shape. So with that, let's get focused back on the league. It's Accrington Stanley up next, and let's get to it. Here we go, Accrington with the ball to start. West Ham with the pressure to start and see if we can win the ball back here early and get some chances going. It's really important that we keep our form up in the league. That tie in the last match was disappointing, but I know we can get right back to it. We definitely have the talent to take it to League One as well. Hopefully push up into the championship for next season, but our performances have to back us up here. Cardoso heading it away, early ball in, coming in from Accrington. Well dealt with though. Whitaker now playing out of the back. Calmly done. It's a lays for Holland. Cullen, quick feet, gets it out from his feet, and now plays through Holland. Running onto it, got a few options ahead of him. This is really shaping up already for an option here, cutting inside. He looks to have a shot. No, it's a pass over the top, and that is just beautiful play from our team. It's Cullen running into the box with one of his trademark runs there. Always in the right place, right time for those kind of finishes, but what a pass from Holland. Chipped it clean over the defense, found the perfect spot for our center mid to run into. Really good finish at the end of the move too. That is an outstanding team goal. Really broke on the counter there. Took the pressure off of us out of the back line, and what a goal. Getting forwards again. This is a repeat of our first goal. It looks like Cullen out to Holland. Can we find the return pass now? Laying it off for him. Alexander takes a touch. A little behind him though. Accrington building a little bit of momentum here, but can't quite get a ball in. Oh, it does find its way through though in the back of the net, but it's offsides. Oh man, I thought that was the equalizer. That would have been really disheartening. We've had a good performance so far. Over the top, looking for Pritchard. Oh, gets the better of Cardoso. A little too heavy on his heels there. Whitaker out there to cover over his head, and now it's Holland away, but barely. Pressure really cranking up here in the box. Give and go. Shot deflected in the back of the net, but it's offsides again. We're getting really, really fortunate here to still maintain our 1-0 lead. Out wide, Holland again, looking really dangerous every time he touches the ball. And still going, the defender's just laying off of him, I think a little scared to try to make a challenge, and Alexander makes a mess of that finish. Well, he had a header on a wide open net there from a little bit of distance, but he's got to do better. Holland. Oh, again, so well done. Left mid, what can he do here? Cutting it back inside. Finds Cullen. Back to the top of the box now. Noble lining up for a shot from distance. And Alexander can't quite get to it. Hugo. Through for Lance Alexander. Cutting inside. Inside and out. Oh, can't get that final pass off. Looked to be shaping up for a good move, but now Accrington headed back in our direction. Still only a 1-goal lead. Things could go either way in this match. Got to be careful here to defend. Oh, ball played through. It's a very dangerous one, and in the back of the net, they do equalize on the counter. That's the risk we run with 3 at the back. It's just poor defending. Up top again, Accrington. Whitaker looking to close down, trying to drag his man down, but he will not fall. And Pritchard still with it. Return pass. Zanzala in the box. Alays trying to put an end to this move, and he finally does. Really struggling now. The tide's turning a little bit, but still plenty of time for us to get ourselves back in front here. Zande Silva, Hugo, still Hugo. Cullen sending it back. Not too many options up top. Alexander lays it off. Haksabanovic plays it through for Silva. Can he get a cross off? Yes! Alexander blocked at the near post. So close. It's out again. Hugo flying in. Can't win that ball back. 81st minute. And now this game can really go either way. Both teams pressing hard in either direction. 91st minute. Barely any time left. Dan Kemp. Good move into the box. Can he get a cross off? Yes, but it's headed away anyways. Back to the top of the box. Cullen with a wild shot. Straight at the keeper. And unfortunately, I think that's time. Yes, it is. The whistle blows. Both teams gave it their all, but we couldn't come away with the victory. Another tie here. Not the result we would have wanted, but we're still technically undefeated. Not too bad. All right, well, that game, after 3 matches, leaves us on 5 points and a loan offer coming in for Connor Coventry. We're going to go ahead and accept that too. Not a bad player at all, and he is one that I could see getting into our team eventually, but not an immediate prospect for us. So we'll send him out on loan, see what can happen. And our next matchup, it's a huge one against Leyton Orient. Those of you who are just tuning into the series, we're sharing a stadium with them. Our local rivals turned somewhat friends. They were nice enough to help us out while we try to buy back the London Stadium, but it's a match that's been hotly contested over the last season. They gave us a real beating last year and another really exciting match in the league. They came up alongside of us, so I expect this to be another tough one. They always give their all against us. So I'll be back soon with that episode, but until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.